live now. And we're on 360.
Nice.
On the YouTubes.
I have to get my charger so I can watch you.
Yep. Just get the good silence. This is an ASMR podcast. I have something to show you after this, though. All right, let's get it going. And that's bring them in. Mute this. Tab is muted. Tab is smiling. Did you listen to the Save my life. You want another beer?
No, I'm good right now.
There's beers behind you. I think they're all stouts. So perfect. Did you listen to the Bobby Moynihan podcast on Comedy Bang Bang?
Mm-hmm.
It was like weeks ago, and I just finally listened to it today. Ballin'. It's awesome.
Nice.
I'm going to turn this so I can talk to you a little bit more. That's good. Yes. I got a check.
Checkity check.
Check. Everyone check. Everybody check.
Check.
All right, we're going live. The studio light's on. Record. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. What's going on? We are live. It is Monday. Unbelievable. August 20th. Nice, cool summer evening here in the Portsmouth area of New Hampshire. And you listen to Let's Talk Beer. And this is the podcast where we talk about beer, the beer news of the week, and we have plenty to talk about this week. And as per usual, I'm checking in. I'm your host with the most. I'm Brian, and I'm drinking a Namaste from Hannaford's Brewing Company. No, I'm kidding. From Dogfish Head. And I picked up at Hannaford's mixed six-pack, which you know that's the way to go.
It's a great deal.
Great way to go. You heard the voice, and usually hearing the voice, he's not home. He's in my house. In the studio for the first time, and I can't tell you how long. Maybe since the Kitchen podcast with Frank.
Yeah.
Ben Watts in the seat.
What's going on, gang?
God, I have to turn to face you. It's a whole thing. I don't even believe that you're here. What's going on? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Kegerator from Night Shift, and it is a pure delight.
Unbelievable. And if this garbage fire continues and it's going well, we are also live on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Let's Talk Beer, and we are on a 360 camera view. So you can go check out this if you want to watch in conjunction. It might be a little delayed, but if you're done listening to the show and want to check out what this looks like, as long as everything goes right, we're going to keep it going on that. So youtube.com/Let's Talk Beer, and as always, you can watch the show recorded live at facebook.com/Let's Talk Beer Show. Again, welcome to the new listeners and viewers that I got from some of the cool folks I met over at the Beer Bloggers and Writers Conference. I went to Loudoun County, Virginia, and boy did I have a time. I'm wearing one of the hats from Crooked Run that I got you a hat from as well.
Right.
I mean, I wanted to buy both for both of us, but I don't make money. So this is a free podcast, right? Jesus. But no.
Any brewers listening, send us your hats.
Send us your hats. We can make a wall here. Forget about these guys. No, these guys are my favorites. We have plenty of space for hats. But yeah, so spent some time over in Virginia last weekend, and met some cool folks. Met some awesome people that gave me some tips on podcasting, and I gave a presentation on podcasting, gave some tips as well. And I think I turned some people onto podcasting, and I learned some new things. So thus this 360 camera that I'm rocking with here, and just trying to try new things. And you'll be seeing that on our Instagram, which is Let's Talk Beer as well. So I just gave every social media thing.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we don't
do Twitter, so forget it. But yeah, so tell a friend about the show. Again, we do a weekly news show about beer, and we also go to breweries and talk to brewers, because that's what we do around here in the Seacoast area of New Hampshire. Ben, ready to start the show?
Let's do it.
Let's give me a cheers, and let me taste this thing.
Jingle jangle.
Not bad. No, yeah, I was trying to get like a good ASMR gulp in here.
Turns.
See what all, yes, it tastes good. But yeah, so we got a couple things to talk about. I'll talk real briefly about my trip over to Virginia, and then we're going to talk about the big changes coming up to the Great American Beer Festival this year. I believe we hinted at it a few news shows ago. We're going to talk about that. If you're in Cleveland, or you're a Browns fan, or you're in Cleveland while the Browns are playing, get at it. We have some news for you if they win. And then we have Metallica. Yeah, if they win. And we have Metallica rocking a collab with Stone, but it's not what you might think. Was that clickbaity enough for you?
No, I like it. Stay tuned.
Perfect. And then a very awesome way to propose to someone. And if your name is Sarah, if you have a girlfriend named Sarah, you better watch out. And if you have a can of Henniker on hand, cover up the bottom. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's first talk about Beer Bloggers and Writers Conference. It is an annual conference held by the wonderful folks at Zephyr Adventures, and it's a very specific show or conference hosted for beer bloggers and writers. But I stuck in there as a podcaster, as a wolf in sheep's clothing on that one, and had a good time. I presented on the podcast, let a lot of people know how what it's like to run a podcast, and they seem to enjoy it. Sam Calagione of Dogfish fame, I got the beer going on here, was the keynote speaker. So apparently, a couple days before that conference, there was an excursion there, and I didn't go because I can't let everyone down if I go by myself. So I need to at least take some friends of mine when we go to Dogfish. So we will go to Dogfish sometime, you and me.
We've been talking about it for years.
No, God, it's gonna be like it never ever happened. And then at my funeral, you're like, I'm going to Dogfish.
Yeah, I'm gonna spread your ashes at Dogfish.
Yes. Oh my God. So he did a keynote, which was awesome, and told his story. And a quick shout out to his new YouTube show, or second season of his YouTube show, called That's Odd, Let's Drink It, I believe it's called. And it's on the First Week Feast.
With Rhett and Link.
Yeah, Rhett and Link was the kickoff, and I think they have a couple others like Sean Evans from Hot Ones because it's on that same network. So check it out. And Julia Hers of the Brewer Association was there. She always opens the conference, and we're going to be talking about on our first thing, kind of the thing that she kind of highlighted as where craft beer is going, because the Brewer Association is known not necessarily for defining what craft beer is, but for kind of giving the guidelines as to how many barrels a brewer or barrelage, who owns who. They kind of lay it all out there for you. And the Brewer Association is one heck of a website to go to get all that kind of new stuff, because there's 6,000 breweries now, so we can't go to all of them. So get out of here.
You gotta keep up with the local.
Jesus, that's for darn tootin'. So Brewer Association has let's go over here to the web here. Brewer Association has announced a few months ago, I believe, that there's a new category. In fact, there's 3 new categories this year for the Great American Beer Fest, and we're talking about Haze Bombs. The Haze Bros they've been well heard. You heard them, and they now have 3 categories that have actually taken over the top spots for it used to be IPA, and now there are 3 new categories. We're talking about Juicy or Hazy Pale Ale, which has 131 entries. We have Juicy or Hazy Double IPA, which is 161, and the highest entried style this year is the Juicy or Hazy IPA at 414 breweries entering that contest.
That's a total of 706.
It's crazy. And it's the first time in over a decade that the IPA was taken over. So they have 331 entries. So for the past decade, IPA was king. So they did it. The Haze Bros won. But what we were talking about before the show is how a new style, like everyone's going to be gunning for that top spot. They want to be the first one to get that coveted trophy of we made the first gold medal of the hazy categories, whether it be Pale Ale, IPA, Double IPA. That's pressure, right?
Yeah. I mean, kind of what we were talking about before, it's something that nearly every brewery is doing, so it's just like commonplace for them to. They should have expected this, right? Because you can't go anywhere, in today's market and not expect to see some sort of variation of the style.
Yeah, it's great, and I wonder how many people are thinking it should be called the New England IPA, or the New England style IPA, but they didn't section it off as a specific style. Here's the Juicy or Hazy, but
because there's not a West Coast, right?
No, because
there's a guideline too.
No, yeah, because I don't think there's a West Coast IPA. It's just American style IPA, and then I know that there's a lot of West Coast brewers making New England style IPAs, but it's still under that same umbrella as Juicy or Hazy.
Right.
And I gotta hand it to the judges that are about to judge all these, because I I'm an okay palate, but I taste a lot of these hazy beers, and a lot of them taste similar.
Yeah.
I can't imagine tasting 414 hazy IPAs and then being like, this is better than the 413 of these.
Right.
So.
Right. The difference between an exceptional hazy IPA and a not so great hazy IPA, I feel like the margin is kind of narrow.
Yeah. Maybe this would be a good check yourself moment for a lot of breweries like this. Like maybe it has happened where there has been a gold and a silver and no bronze, which I have no idea how that's judged, and I would love to get someone in here to say like, okay, we know that these are the top two, but there's not a third one.
Right. Imagine that out of 706 entries.
Exactly. So that just having a taste bud kind of just crusher. So if you know somebody who's going to be judging these in September,
get us in touch with them.
Yeah, please, because that's crazy. So yeah, it says, for the numbers geeks out there, some recent history in American Style India Pale Ale. Since 2002, it has been the most entered beer style, with 408 entries in 2017 and 312 in 2016. So just completely, in the first year of it being here, overshot.
Yeah.
With the
and has only been a defined style for a couple months.
It's crazy. And again, like you have one right here. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the spot. Night shift's watching.
Yep.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's the best. And
yeah. And now you're in 360. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So they'll see you drain for it. If it's that. But yeah. So if anyone's going out there, let us know who wins. I mean, we'll report on the Sunday after, or the Monday after, because we'll find out.
We'll be looking after that.
But usually what happens is, and I think we talked about it before, is they have the awards the Saturday morning before GABF opens, and basically what people are waiting for is like who wins the gold, and then the second the doors open, people are running into that goddamn place like I want the gold medal winning hazy beer. So whoever pours it, and if it's there, has got to be ready to pour it some more.
Yeah, get your 4 trades ready.
My God, yeah. FTs, and then I believe there were a couple other new ones too, but this one is specifically to the haze craze that Julie was speaking to. So get out there and try it. You sent me this one. What is going on in Cleveland?
So the thing that's going on in Cleveland is that Bud Light has partnered with some technology company to have these so-called victory fridges that remain locked. They're full of Bud Light, and they remain locked, and they're going to be at participating 10 Cleveland area bars that will say if the Cleveland Browns win a game, all these fridges will simultaneously unlock
via Wi-Fi.
And patrons will be able to grab, presumably one of 200 beers that are in one of these fridges. It sounds like absolute fucking mayhem.
Totally. And this is kind of like a Jordan's Furniture thing if you're from the area.
Yeah.
Because if the Browns win, you get a free beer. But like the Browns apparently went winless last year. They didn't win a game.
Yeah, the Browns are not good.
So they didn't. Doesn't that like translate to a better draft pick? So I don't know. It says literally the chains fall off the fridges. Like if I need someone, they're gonna have to have a video of it too. Of like it's gonna be like Black Friday in front of this damn thing when it goes like ching.
I don't understand Bud's connection to Cleveland.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to get like a dilly thing or something.
Or the odds of them ending up having to give away 2,000 beers goes down because they just pick a shitty team.
Right, yeah.
It's like, they're not going to do it in New England. It's not like, if the Patriots win.
Yeah, we can't even give this beer away.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you are in one of the 10 Cleveland bars that have these smart fridges, also I want one of these smart fridges. So when we go live, the chains are off the fridge. We're just podcasting and the fridge is finally open.
Yeah, Cleveland listeners, if you can send us a pic, we'll repost it.
They already got way too much airtime from us. Just by that, I'm so mad because like we shouldn't talk about it, but it's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
So,
I'd like to see it with something else.
And it's also a good way to like lock your liquor cabinet if you're a parent, I imagine. So parents take notice of victory fridges. They'll be on Shark Tank if this thing falls.
If you make honor roll, the liquor cabinet.
All right, hold on, just one beer. Chains fall off the damn thing. Awesome. Speaking of awesome but interesting, Metallica is joining forces with Stone to make a beer. Now, and when you think Metallica and Stone, I mean, what are you thinking? What kind of beer are we talking about here? What are you thinking?
barley wine.
That's the first thing I thought of too. Yeah, I mean, and you look at Enter Night, this beer that they're producing, and it has the stone gargoyle on it is screaming Metallica. It's a Pilsner. They're making a Pilsner.
Just an easy drinking lawnmower.
Lars, did Lars have anything to do with this? Because they need they're making a Pilsner called Enter Night with Metallica, and it's just a 5.7% Pilsner with 16-ounce cans, which I guess they might think is like, oh, you can crush it at their concerts, but maybe that's what Metallica likes to drink because they're getting old. But I feel like they want to crush barley wines.
Right. I mean, that's like the most metal beer you could make.
Right. Yeah, and you see all these like hard rock collaborations they have. I mean, like, I forget didn't they have one with Black Sabbath that was like just it was bigger than a Pilsner, I think. But man, Metallica, huh? I'm a big fan too, so we'll let it be.
Yeah, I like it, but I'm just looking forward to when that some Norwegian death metal band releases a 3.9% like sea salt goza.
That's happening.
Really,
and the collaboration though with Dogfish and I forget the band name, but they did a Dragons and Yum Yums.
Oh, Flaming Lips.
Flaming Lips, and they made a record that was filled with it. I should put a picture on the show notes, but they made a clear record with it filled.
No kidding.
Because Flaming Lips did an album that had they had every artist they did a song with got their blood, and they filled one record with their blood. And it's on. I think it's. Oh, so he talks about it on. He has that guy from Flaming Lips on one of the beer shows he's doing. So they're going to show that whole clip, and it's. But yeah, so Metallica's doing a Pilsner. Enter Night. So I mean, maybe it's like a play on words. Like you're entering night. Like what are you going after?
He's into night.
Yeah. Dial it down after having it. But it's such a hardcore label for a Pilsner. I mean, you're listening to two of the biggest Pilsner fans I know.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Ben. So that's kind of crazy. So yeah, shout outs to Metallica for getting in there. And whoever tries to copyright this beer, just get ready for a fight.
Yeah, you can download.
And actually, is that funny as hell though? So there's Metallica with Napster, and then there's Stone with Keystone now. Like there's two of the most hated. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
they like to start lawsuits.
Looking for lawsuits.
Exactly. And last but not least, for the news this week is Henniker. Shout outs to Pat Draper, rep. Just all around Henniker man. We have friend of the show Devin on a bunch, and Pat made a very interesting proposal that everyone should take note if they have a significant other, and it's also a warning to those who have cans of Henniker on hand, who have girlfriends named Sarah. They printed the proposal on the can, on the bottom of the can where the born on date is or the sell by, and we got it right here on the vidya, and it says Sarah, will you marry me? And I wonder if we put an expiration date, like it's 5 minutes to tell me.
If I don't hear back from you by January
yeah, exactly.
2021.
Yeah, 120 days to figure it out. But yeah, so good. That's an interesting way to do it right there.
Yeah, it looks like they did it. Is that on a boat?
It looks like on a boat.
Yeah,
so we did it. So yeah, she had to say yes. But yeah, so it does say that they're on their latest batch of Miles and Miles. This is on there because obviously it's probably a pain in the ass to print one can and send the rest out. So just be wary if you're in the Henniker area, or even if you're in New Hampshire, happen upon some Miles and Miles, which is a good beer. Just check the bottom of the can and make sure no one gets any
crazy ideas.
I mean, I haven't checked the bottom of the can in a while, so even I haven't. So yeah, I don't know about that. Watch it. It's like
this says put your beer down.
It says put it down. It says will you marry me? Then. But yeah, so that shout out to them, and that's kind of it with the news. But I don't know what's been going on with you lately. I know you took a little vacay.
Took a vacay, just got back.
Where'd you go?
Went up to the we go to a little beach up on the coast of Maine.
Nice.
Yeah, get a little R&R, little sunshine.
Wait, any beers? Any
No, there's
cocktails.
Yeah, we're just drinking some cocktails. Though I gotta say the shout outs to the Saco Hannaford. They have like a lot of pretty decent craft there. You get as far as locals go, they have Mass Landing. They've got Lone Pine up there, but I went in and I grabbed a 4-pack of Hoppy Table beer from Allagash.
Yep.
In bottles, and the rep was there, and he saw me, and he came over to my car, and he's like, "Hey, just want to let you know, over there we have 4 packs of 16-ounce Hoppy Table beers in cans.
What?
It's limited only." And I thought I remembered seeing that it was brewery only for a minute. And he's like, "But you can get 4 more ounces per beer for only $1 more than the bottles cost."
That's hey, sold.
Yeah.
Did you get in there?
No, I said, "Fuck off."
Damn it!
I said, "Mind your beeswax."
Right, I've already bought it. Nothing for me, thanks. You just roll up your window and his hand stuck in it.
So that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and
nice.
there's another pretty decent beer store in Saco that I'm totally drawing a blank on. It's like an Irish place, but it's the least Irish.
Irish place has like porn in the back. Isn't that weird? Was there a place in Saco or something that had like?
No, that was in Brunswick. It's called
okay.
like old man Tom's
Sure it is.
variety store, and there's like those like huge bottles of like imported Goza and like this great Belgian selection, but you have to walk past like this wall of porn magazines to get to the
I mean, that's how I do it. It's all inclusive here. We're just, everyone come on in. What do you want?
Yeah.
I got a little bit of everything for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I took Kathy down to Beantown yesterday or 2 days ago for her birthday. Happy birthday, Kathy. And we went to a bunch of different places. We went down to Winter Hill Brewery, which apparently is in Winter Hill in Somersworth.
Hey.
I don't know if that was a thing, but then I realized the Winter Hill gang, Whitey Bulger, so I had to watch it. They had free parking out in front of Winter Hill Brewery, but I'm like, okay, what's this? Like, is this one of those schemes? Someone's gonna come take my hubcaps. Whitey Bulger's gonna sell my Camry hubcaps. But no, it was a very cool place. It was one of 2 places in that same area that they're both they have cafes in the morning. The brewery / cafe opens at 9, but they only sell the coffee and the food there, and then 12 o'clock beer.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool. Another brewery like that, I believe, is called Remnant, that does the same thing. So we went there. Beer was good, and then we went over to this is really good. Lamplighter Brewery, which is in Cambridge, which is right by Cambridge Brewing Company, and that was a cool place. Mobbed and Hayes Bros, but they also had they had a Pilsner. I saw they had like they had an English mild and an ESB, so they covered the board, but most of the people there were drinking the hazy haze.
Sure.
That was all right. CBC was awesome. There was when you think of blonde IPA, what do you think of? Like a light, blonde barley wine.
Oh, yeah, probably like an easy drinking.
Coming in at 14%.
Sure.
So you think blonde's like, oh, it seems nice. Like it seems like a lighter roast of a barley wine.
Right.
Negative. It came in at a hot 14. So I won't say hot 14 again after that time. And fine. Yeah, or blonde.
Hot 14.
Blonde, yeah. ASL. But yeah, no. So that was good. And then we went over to a place called Autobahn, which is a pretty rad cocktail bar in Beacon Street over by Fenway, and had some awesome cocktails, decent draft list, and then finished off the night by going. Oh, we did finish off the night because we went to Down the Road Brewery in Everett, and that's an awesome place. And I will post a photo on our Instagram of it. It is huge. It probably has about 20 pinball tables in there. It definitely has a podcast studio in there for sure. It's like they have like it's like a talk show-esque 2 couches next to each other, like on this huge pedestal way in the back of the place. But like the place is huge. Pinball tables, outdoor cornhole, and like 15 beers on tap. It was really, really cool. And down the road, like I haven't had much from them ever until then. So it was good stuff. They had a hef, they had a brown, they had a Scotch ale. So varieties that aren't hazy. They had definitely haze bombs. So, ever heard of Down the Road?
Nope. Oh yeah, no, I have because I have my like little Google Maps beer map where I star places that I want to go to if I'm ever in the area.
Definitely worth it, and it's right by Night Shift,
Yeah.
which is where we ended the night there, and it was mobbed. We're talking Saturday at 9:30 at night, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go home, but it was still mobbed, and everyone was there, and all the beers were good. But we brought a bunch home. That Nightlight is still is the beer of the summer. But unfortunately, the summer's ending, and I just got my first 12-pack. But that's pretty much that. But anything else you want to give a shout out to before we?
I do. You just remind me. I want to give a shout out to Brewer's Fork in Charlestown. Had a phenomenal meal and drank some Brewerfico del Ducato. I'm so pleased to see that on tap anywhere.
Nice.
Loved it, and we kind of just told the chefs, like, just bring us food, like, we trust you, just bring us whatever, and it was incredible.
That's awesome.
So it was like dynamite.
Is Brewerfico, was that a sour?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, man. I remember seeing that at like York River Landing when it was like a special.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they sell it in those little, like, kind of squat genie bottles. I think I've seen it at Spruce Creek before.
Nice.
Nature's Way has some.
Cool. Yeah. I think that's all we have for now. If you guys are in the area of Portsmouth, this Wednesday, the 22nd, by the looks of the calendar, at Loaded Question, friend of the show Tom is hosting a little talk with brewers Tom of Loaded Question, Edgar Hernandez of Bad Lab, and a little friend of the show Kathy Frakes of soon-to-be Northwoods Brewing Company. So you want to go talk some beer with them and talk and have some beer of Tom's. Get in there. Also this weekend is, I believe, Tom is also doing what do you call it, a Crush Fest. I believe that's also this weekend, where he's got some beers and dogs at his spot. And that's pretty much all I can think of right now. There's a lot of stuff going on around here. There's some breweries that have opened that I want to get to. You were asking about a brewery up in Bright River Junction that I haven't heard of.
Yeah, River Roost.
River Roost.
Good
So
things.
gotta check that out.
I know Corner Point is around the corner. They're brewing right now for their opening. Rye IPA, I think. That's what they're going to open with.
Way to get in there. And then Tokens is a barcade that opened up in Dover, New Hampshire, which we haven't been to, but we got to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Just to check it out, because if there's anyone that knows things about games and beer, it's us two right here. And I think that's going to do it for this. But yeah, if you guys want to tell a friend about the show, we'd be psyched about it. So send them over to Let's Talk.beer, or our Facebook page is facebook.com/Let's Talk Beer Show. Got the old Instagram game on point at Instagram.com/Let's Talk Beer. And YouTube. We're going to be doing some more stuff up there very shortly. And if you wanted to check out what a 360 video looks like, we have a camera in our studio that's planted for this whole show. And if it's still recording, you can still watch it. So I'll keep that going as we do it. That's all we got. So Ben, thanks for swinging by the studio.
Yeah.
And we end before a train break.
Oh, yeah.
We did it. So cheers, bud.
Cheers.
And cheers everybody else. We're going to go
Thanks,
off live now. Bam.
Boosh.
Jesus.
Skadoosh.
So I should definitely do the song, was it Barbara?
Oh, yeah.
As a hot intro.